Hello guys, welcome to this new tutorial. Today we will talk about what is Jenkins home directory, right? So today we'll talk a little bit about Jenkins home directory. So in simple language, Jenkins home directory is actually the directory where Jenkins is installed and the directory where Jenkins used to run the show and the directory that everything that Jenkins need, like all the file system that Jenkins need is actually located, right? So now in your Jenkins console, you can find out where it's located the Jenkins directory. For example, if you go to manage Jenkins here, you go to system, under system here, you will see home directory. So it is telling us that our Jenkins is located under var lib Jenkins, right? And also you have to know that Jenkins itself is a user. When you install Jenkins in your virtual machine, it end up creating a user called Jenkins. And this home directory that you see here belong to the user Jenkins. This is basically how where Jenkins have everything. Now, one thing that you need to understand is that Jenkins works like in terms of folder and everything, and then I'm going to demonstrate that to you. So let's quickly go on the Jenkins terminal and try to see what's going on. So here I can I am the user Ubuntu. So I need to go to valid Jenkins, so I can quickly switch user here to the user Jenkins. Or before that, if I do, for example, if I go to root, then I do cat, for example, etc. I do cat etc password, you will find out that there's a user here called Jenkins, right? There's a user here called Jenkins, and he's even using a Bing bash, right? And it's located under his home directory is var lib Jenkins here. So we can quickly switch user as Jenkins. Here we switch user as Jenkins. If I type ID, you will find out that I am the user Jenkins. Then if I type pwd, you will find out that, oh, I'm a user Jenkins, but my home directory actually here is valid Jenkins. Even if I do cd home, we won't change anything. It's valid Jenkins. Now, if I do ls here, you will see bunch of directory and file. So this is the home directory of Jenkins. This is basically where Jenkins put everything. When you install a plug, you will see, for example, if I type ls-l, right, you will see, for example, like we have folder for jobs, for logs, and plugging as well. We have folder for plugging. So folder for secret, for example, this is folder for secret. When you add a secret in Jenkins, this is where it ends. This is a folder for tools, like when you add a tool in Jenkins, that's where it ends. This is the folder for like user, right? So if I say, for example, ls, if I try to get the user, right? So ls user, so that's what we basically have here. As you guys can see here, like this is all the user that this server is using, for example. So that is like, you know, the workspace, right? That's basically where Jenkins go ahead and install everything. And we're gonna, you know, we're gonna play a little bit. So I will be like creating some stuff in Jenkins, and we will check that in the home directory to see if it has been, for example, created, right? So that's what we're gonna do. So I will come down here and we get into this also right quick. I mistakenly log out of the other Jenkins, so we say sudo su-jenkins. Good. Like I said, pwd, we are there. Now, what we are going to do, right? What we are going to do, oh yeah, I mean yeah, sorry, I mean that the other Jenkins that I gave you guys was actually our development Jenkins at the DevOps Easy Learning. So here, if I say ls users on this one, it will give me that XML. But remember that we created a user called John here. This is the admin user that we have here, and this is the John user that we created, right? So if we come here on Jenkins, yeah, sorry, I think that the Jenkins that I showed you earlier was our development Jenkins. If you come here on Jenkins and let's create a simple user called Anna. To create a user called Anna, give him the password Anna. And when it comes to the email, I want to give him Anna at DevOps, for example.com, just like a dummy email. We create a user called Anna. If I come down here on my terminal, if I do ls users, let's do ls-l. You see that the user Anna just get created here. So this is the Jenkins console, and this is the Jenkins directory. So everything here in Jenkins is like directory and folder. So everything here. So when you created a user, it create automatically a folder for that user. Now, I want to also show you guys something. For example, if we say ls-l, there's some important stuff here. The plugin, I'm looking for the plugin directory. This is the plugin directory, for example. If we say ls plugins, let's go up, ls plugins, you will see that these are all the plugin that is installed. These are all the plugin that is installed, like the Slack plugin, like all the plugin that is installed here. So now, there's a directory also called jobs. If we cd into jobs, for example, the job directory is empty. If you guys can see here, the job directory is empty. Why? Because as of now, we have no jobs, right? As of now, we have no jobs. If I go ahead and create, for example, a simple job, let's call it the test job, freestyle job, come here and create it. And I will go ahead on that build step and just type a simple command ls for that job. I'll trigger that job and ask that job to run. It's just like a simple job. It fails, but it doesn't matter if why it fails. But if I come down here, if I say ls, you see that that test job is actually here. If I come down here, you will see that that test job is actually here. If I create another job, for example, call DevOps freestyle here, and apply. I come down here, you see the job is here. A simple job like this one. So everything is just based on like directory and folder. Meaning what, sometime at work, the Jenkins server is going to misbehave. And when the Jenkins server misbehave, you will need to come here, they call it the backend. You will need to go to the backend and try to figure out what's going on. It can be misbehaving due to a plugin, because sometimes you will not be able to delete something on the Jenkins console. You will have to come back here and actually delete or update something. But just know that Jenkins is like function in terms of like a file system, right? So everything that you install or do in Jenkins, it goes at like in terms of file system. So you will see everything here. Like this is also like the workspace where Jenkins actually used to run job, this space here. If I get into workspace, you will see that I have the dev and the test, and I can cd into test, which is the job that we created earlier, right? Nothing there because we have not built anything yet, right? Nothing, we haven't built anything yet. But if I go back to jobs, if we go back to jobs, for example, let's say cd into jobs, and if I do ls, if we see test, if I cd into test, that's what you have here. So it has created all this, the XML file and everything, the build. This is the build, right? If I say ls build, you will see that it will show me one because I made one build, right? It will show me one. Why? Because I made only one build. Now, if I come here, this is also like, if I go back here and kind of like run again, it doesn't matter if it failed or not. Let's run a couple of times. I run number 2, I run number 3, Need a couple of time. Now, if I come back here, I'll say ls, right? Ls build. You will see all the 4 build. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the 4 build are here, right? All the 4 build are here. So, and those build are like are directories. That you can get inside to find out what's going on here, right? Let's say ls build, let's say 1, you will see everything, the logs, for example, right? So I can cut build 1 log. It will show me the log, right? So I said ls cut. See, this is the log. And if you look at this log here, pick number 1, it will be the same. It will be the same. Look at the log in the backend, it is the same log. So it is very handy and it is very important to know the Jenkins home, know what's going on. So everything that you create in Jenkins are just file and directory that you can go to valid Jenkins in the backend and see it, right? That you can go to valid Jenkins in the backend and see it. And you can even delete, right? If you can delete something in the backend, I can come here, for example, under jobs. Say PWD, I'm here. I can say remove everything, jobs. I want to remove everything inside job. If I say ls jobs, you guys will see that the jobs folder is empty. Now, if I come here in the Jenkins console and then I refresh, you will still see this, but these are dummy. Now, if you go to manage Jenkins, there's somewhere you say reload from disk. I don't know if the new Jenkins or remove it or not. See here, reload configuration from this. If I want to sync this UI with the backend, I can come here and reload this and say yes. It's going to reload the configuration from this. As you guys can see, the 2 job here has disappeared. So I deleted the 2 job in the backend. Then they have disappeared. Then I reload from disk. So I hope you like the video and see you on the next video. Thank you.